Hi guys, David from David's Way to Health and Fitness. Glad to have you with us on this video today, which I'm filming down here on the banks of the mighty Missouri River in beautiful downtown Leavenworth, Kansas. It's a great day today. It's about 60 degrees with a light breeze, and everything's turning green again, and flowers are blooming, so we're getting more colors. Just a glorious day. Today I wrote an article, and of course this video is attached to that article, but the article is "He or She Won't Date Me Because I'm Fat." And this article is a result of a Newsweek article I just read a couple days ago, and the title of the article, or the gist of it, I'm paraphrasing because I can't remember it word for word, was a man's blunt reasoning for not wanting to date a fat woman. I just want to address this. Folks, number one, nobody needs that shallow of an individual in their life. You know, that's not going to date you based on appearances. Nobody needs that kind of person. Nobody. It don't matter if you're male, female, trans, gay. It just don't matter. You don't need that kind of person in your life. Nobody needs that kind of negativity. But what I do want to say is, sometimes, you know, when a person is in shape, they're going to be hesitant to go out with somebody who's not in shape. And you know, it's not always a matter of, you know, if that person was a shallow individual, as much as, you know, if somebody's an active in sports or any kind of physical fitness and eating healthy and stuff like that, you know, your lifestyle's just not going to be compatible with each other. You know, you might find somebody where it works out. You know, in some cases opposites do attract, but you know, that person out there who's athletic and likes to eat well, and you know, when I talk about well, I'm talking about nutritious foods, not a lot. You know, good whole nutritious foods. And, you know, sometimes there might be somebody who might be, you know, that type of individual who might be attracted to somebody who's overweight. But you know, a lot of times it really is. You got competing lifestyles. You're just, if you're overweight and you don't ever make a conscious effort to eat good whole healthy food on a regular basis and to get exercise, and the object of your desire is, you know, somebody who likes to eat correct and exercise, you're just, you know, personalities, you're just polar opposites. You know, so it's a conflicting personality more, you know, I think, with most people, than it is, you know, about appearances. I mean, there's shallow people out there. You just don't need that kind of negativity in your life. You know, nobody does. And you know, I just want to say, usually it's more of a health issue and, you know, stuff like that than anything. Health issue and lifestyle differences. You know, face it, if you're overweight, you're either unhealthy today or you're going to be unhealthy. It's kind of like when you ride a motorcycle for any kind of period of time. There's two kinds of riders. There's the kind of rider who's gone down on his bike, or there's the kind of rider who has been down. It's the same thing. If you're overweight and you don't ever lose your weight, you know, you may be healthy today, but at some point you're not going to be healthy any longer. And you know, a lot of people, you know, when you're in shape, and I've been fat before. At 5'7", I've weighed as much as 250 pounds and had a 42-inch waist at one point. You know, so I've been on both sides of the spectrum. I live a healthy life now. You know, if I was in the dating scene, which I'm not, and I don't plan to ever be anytime in the near future, if ever. Been happily married to the same woman for over 35 years. But if I was to ever find myself in the dating scene again, you know, I wouldn't be shallow and say, hey, I don't want to be with somebody just based on the fact that they're overweight. 68% of our nation now is overweight. Uh, but I will say I don't want to be saddled up with somebody who has a strong potential for health problems down the road. When you're overweight, uh, you just you're setting yourself up for all kinds of health issues. Your body's not going to feel good. When you're eating a lot of sugar and you have inflammation in your body. Your joints ache if you go out and if you're on your feet all the time. Your feet and your knees and your hips and your back, and your body's not meant to carry all this extra weight. It's hard on you. A lot of the foods you eat cause inflammation in your body. That inflammation in turn can cause you to get metabolic syndrome, coronary artery disease, heart disease, some forms of cancer, some autoimmune diseases. A lot of these things, are just, they're preventable. They're preventable by eating good and exercise. So, you got to stop and think, would you be willing to, if you're a non-smoker, would you be willing to start dating somebody who's a heavy smoker? If you're a non-drinker, would you be willing to date somebody who likes to have a bit of alcohol every now and then? And if your answer is no, well, it's kind of the same thing. If somebody's, in pretty decent shape and they don't want to date you because you're overweight, you know that eventually there's going to be a problem coming down the road. That's just a plain and simple fact. And then you got to factor in the lifestyle differences. A lot of people like to get out and have really active lives. They're not content to Netflix and chill. A lot of people like to get out and hike, bicycle ride, go for runs, stuff like that. Do you want to compromise any of your lifestyle and start getting in shape so you can do things like that with them? You got to think about these kinds of things. Or would you expect them to drop down their health and fitness to accommodate you to just sit around and not do a whole lot of physical activity and eat wrong foods and jeopardize their health? This is not about appearances. This is just about reality. Like I say, nobody should get themselves saddled up with somebody that's that shallow, mentally. If they're that much of a mental midget, you don't want to be with them. But you got to deal with realities. When you're overweight, there's a lot of health issues that come with that. And then there's just things, can you go spend the entire day walking around a park or a zoo? Can you go, even if you have prepared trails, can you go for long walks or hikes, that 5, 10, 15 miles? You like to go swimming? Not just go play in the pool, but actually go swim laps or lift weights or play any other kind of sports that require top levels of physical fitness. One of the things I want you to remember is a lot of times if you're when you're overweight and your object of desire is somebody's in good physical shape, your lifestyles are just they're just too different. They're going to clash, and who's going to compromise with who and for what reason? If you're in that kind of situation, it's not usually going to work out when you're polar opposites, with personalities like that. So anyhow, I hope you all read the article. I proposed a lot. Brought up a lot of questions in there, and it's just things I want you to think about and consider. And I really I hope that this sparks some conversation, on the website or on our social media. And I want the conversation, if it does spark up some of the conversation, I want it to be polite and respectful. I don't want anybody to get disrespect, but I think that this issue's been brought up enough on our website, through people that Brenda Sue and I communicate with, whether it's through emails or just different types of contact, remarks on the website, on the articles we write. We've helped people from all over the world in almost 5 years that we've been operating David's Way to Health and Fitness. So I'd like to see, just some honest, decent, dialogue on this. And I'm going to close this out by saying, if you would, our ebook's for sale now, and it's $4.99. It's not a whole lot to give for an ebook. We don't have it on Amazon or Kindle just yet. That's coming soon. I've had a lot of irons in the fire, but $4.99. It's a really good bargain. And what this does, it's been my pledge from day one, and it's my pledge going forward, that David's Way to Health and Fitness is always going to be 100% free to our readers and subscribers. And but that being said, we have overhead cost. It costs money to have a website and to keep it up and running. It's not free, so we have to have earnings to help keep this thing going, and be able to keep it free to all of our readers. And the point I want you to understand about keeping this free, Brenda Sue and I both have we've joined these a major weight loss group in the past, and this is before either one of us ever started David's Way to Health and Fitness. One of the things I know is when you're trying to lose weight, it's important to have a social network out there of people who support what you're doing. A lot of times, our family and friends aren't exactly supportive. They may or may not realize what they're doing, but when sometimes they'll just flat out sabotage you when they start offering you up foods that you really know you shouldn't be eating, especially when they're telling you, oh, it's a birthday or whatever, go ahead, have some of this cake and punch. One day ain't gonna hurt you, but bottom line is, for some people it does. So oftentimes when we need to lose weight, we need a support network. If you belong to one of these social groups that is part of a corporate weight loss entity, if you can't pay your dues, you lose your support network. You just lose everything. So it's been my pledge from day one to keep David's Way to Health and Fitness absolutely free. We give you plenty of tools to help you with healthy weight loss, and to be able to keep your weight off of your body in a healthy manner. So $4.99 US. It's a steal, and it just helps us to keep the website funded without having to get too far into our own personal funds, which we've been doing over the past and will continue to do. But it'd be nice to have this offset a little bit. So anyhow, I'm gonna close out. God bless you all. Appreciate you being with us. It's incredible how much David's Way to Health and Fitness has grown over the years. We've got readers and subscribers in 175 countries around the world. We care about people, and no matter what, we're going to always continue doing what we do. We'll continue with these videos with our new YouTube channel, and we'll continue with the articles, and then combining the two together. So until next time, I'm out. Y'all have a good day. God bless.